Cracking walnuts isn't always the easiest thing. The shell is tough, the nut slips around, and your fingers can easily end up in the danger zone. There's a simple way to make it much safer. Just place the walnuts into the compartments of an egg carton and gently crack them with a hammer. And there's another nice bonus: the nut kernels stay almost completely whole. They don't fly everywhere, and they don't turn into tiny crumbs. The carton holds each nut in place, so it doesn't slide when you hit it. Your fingers stay safely away, and the shell doesn't fly all over the place. It makes the whole process easier, cleaner, and a lot safer. Cracking a walnut like this takes just a few seconds, and the kernels come out big and neat, without all those tiny broken bits. The nuts don't crumble, and they keep their natural shape. They're easy to use for baking, salads, or just as a quick snack. Simple, fast, and without any extra effort. In just a short time, you can clean a whole plate of walnuts. It's a simple method that saves time and gives you a much cleaner result. Give this way of cracking walnuts a try. Storing spices in a box isn't always the most convenient thing. The packets pile up, get mixed together, and you end up digging around forever to find the one you need. There's a simple way to keep everything organized. Just stretch a few rubber bands around the box. The number of rubber bands usually matches how many spices you have. And in some sections, you can fit 2 or even 3 packets at once. And slide the spice packets between them. This way, they stay visible and don't get mixed up. You can grab any packet easily and put it right back in its place. It saves time, makes everything easier to use, and keeps your storage neat and tidy. Threading a needle seems like an easy task, but sometimes it takes more time than the sewing itself. Today, I'll show a few practical methods that really make this process easier. No special tools, and no endless attempts. Another method uses a simple toothbrush. Place a dry toothbrush on a flat surface. Lay the thread across the bristles. Now press the eye of the needle gently onto the bristles and apply light pressure. The bristles guide the thread straight into the opening, and it slips through almost effortlessly. It's a simple trick that works especially well with thin threads and small needles. The second method. Wrap the end of the thread around your finger or your palm so it stays slightly stretched and fixed in place. Bring the needle close to the thread and gently rub the eye of the needle against the thread using short, controlled movements. With light pressure, the thread slips right into the opening. What matters here is not speed, but steady, consistent motion. A couple of moments and it's done. The thread is already in the needle. I learned this method not long ago, and it really works. Give it a try, it's surprisingly easy. If you don't have muffin molds, you can actually make them yourself. Just use parchment paper and some foil. Cut them into squares that fit the size you need. Fold the paper in half diagonally, and then repeat that 2 more times. These folds make it really easy to shape a clean, even circle. Carefully trim off the corner, and you'll get a circle exactly the size you need. For the mold, use a clean, dry jar. That's the right diameter. First, wrap the parchment paper around it, folding the edges neatly so it holds its shape. Your movements should stay gentle. the paper shouldn't tear. To make the process easier, you can use a rubber band. It holds the shape in place for a moment and makes the whole task more comfortable. Then add a layer of foil on top. The foil helps the mold stay firm. Just like with the paper, wrap the foil around the jar, making smooth, even folds along the edges. Then gently remove the rubber band. And carefully lift the jar out of the mold. The mold keeps its shape and is ready to use. And that's it. Your mold is ready. Just don't fill it ahead of time. It's better to pour the batter right before it goes into the oven. How do you store onions at home? Onions don't spoil because they're low quality. They spoil because the storage conditions are wrong. The main enemies of onions are moisture, heat, and poor ventilation. Onions keep breathing even after they're harvested. If the air around them is humid or there's no airflow, they start to rot or sprout. That's why a plastic bag isn't the right choice for storing onions. A regular paper bag is perfect for storing onions. To ensure proper air circulation, make a few small holes in it with scissors. Ventilation is essential without it. Moisture builds up inside, and that speeds up spoilage. Transfer the onions from the plastic bag. Plastic traps moisture and creates poor storage conditions. Place the paper bag in a dry, dark spot, away from any sources of heat. This way, you extend the shelf life of your onions several times over. Storing grains in a regular plastic bag isn't always convenient. Every time you use it, you have to tie and untie the bag, which takes extra time. Don't rush to throw away a juice carton. It can actually be useful in the kitchen. Carefully cut off the top part with the cap, using a utility knife. Carefully trim off the extra cardboard, using scissors. Unscrew the cap. Take the second piece, the threaded ring, and gently place it over the bag of grains. If the bag ends up too long, you can simply trim it to size. Now, using your grains is super easy. Just twist the cap open and close it again just as quickly. Convenient, tidy, and no extra steps. If this video was helpful, make sure to subscribe. There are plenty more simple, useful ideas ahead. See you soon!